Welcome back to DQP Does, the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network movie review show, where we talk shit about random shit and review movies. And this month we're doing some Christmas shit. With me is my co-host, Russell.
Hey! Merry Christmas.
And Nathan.
You a hoe. Ho. Ho.
What the fuck? Tonight we're going to go over the movie Fatman that came out this year. It is starring Mel Gibson and Walton Goggins, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, Chance Hurstfield, Suzanne Suchi. There's not a whole lot actually that matters. It's mostly Mel Gibson, Walton Goggins, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, and Chance Hurstfield. There's some side characters.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric Wolf is elf number 7.
That's an important elf.
That is an important elf.
What about 1 and 2?
3.
Yeah.
Well, then when they no longer work there, they don't use their number again because that would be disrespectful of their memory.
Mm. Can you see like Mel Gibson starting off young and being like a young Santa and be like, your name's 1
Yeah.
and you're 2. They're like, okay. And nobody gets a new number.
Help me put my shoulder back in.
You gonna do a rundown?
Yeah. Okay. So Mel Gibson is Santa. He's Saint Nick.
Fuck yeah.
And they're having a hard time up in the North Pole because kids are shitheads, and he's not giving out as many presents as he used to. And he has to give out so many presents. He has a deal with the U.S. government to give presents to children, and it helps to stimulate the economy by keeping Christmas going. So they give him like a what the fuck's it called? A stipend, I guess. If he meets a quota.
Yep.
And since more kids are being assholes and not listening to their parents and don't deserve presents, and he's not going to give them to them because he has morals, then he doesn't meet the quota and he doesn't get the stipend. So they're having problems at the North Pole. And then the government is like, hey, will you do this contract for us? Building something, basically taking my job, which is bullshit. Fucking can believe that. When they said that, I was like, what the fuck? It's literally something that we do. But anyway, he's like, no. We'll get this figured out, and we'll just keep going like we're going. And he's like all depressed, and he does the run on Christmas. And while this is happening, you see Walton Goggins doing his job, which he's an assassin apparently, but he's also a collector of genuine toys made by Santa's Workshop, because Santa's Workshop puts a little plaque on all their, or a little placard on all their toys that they make. And he buys them from people. So he has an obsession with Santa already. And you meet this kid, and this kid's a piece of shit. He's like rich, and his dad isn't around, and he takes advantage of his grandma and like steals checks and like forges her name and writes checks to an assassin to do dirty work for him.
Yeah.
Like he gets second in a fucking science fair. And he always gets first, and he probably doesn't even do the work. That was something that they didn't say, whether he actually did the work in that or not.
Yeah.
He at least understood it, so that was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed like a pretty smart kid.
Yeah, but he just like, I don't know if he actually did all the work. You know?
Okay.
Because it was like a big thing. But anyway, he didn't get first. And he literally has Walton Goggins kidnap the girl so he can scare her into saying that she cheated so he can get first by default because he got second. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Psychopath. Continue on. Christmas happens. The kid gets coal. And he's like, he runs out into the snow and is like, no!
You done fucked up,
You
fat
fucked
man.
up, fat man. And so he calls Walton. He's like, hey, bud, I need you to kill the fat man. And he's like, okay. So he goes on the hunt for the fat man, and we see a little bit more of Santa being depressed. They didn't meet the quota. They're not getting their full check, so they take the contract with the government. So then there's like a bunch of fucking military guys at the Santa's
Santa
workshop,
compound.
which isn't actually at the North Pole. It's somewhere in Alaska. Walton tries to figure out where he's going. Blah, blah, blah. He figures it out. He drives through Canada, which had, like, that was a really cool scene. I thought that was cool. Like, all the montage-y stuff of him going through Canada and stuff.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And he finally gets up there, and he makes an attack on the compound. He tries to blow it up. He does blow it up. He never kills any elves.
We were
Like,
thankful.
You never
for that.
see any elves die, which was hilarious. But he kills a shit ton of military guys. And him and jolly old Saint Nick get in a gunfight, and surprise the shit out of us. He fucking gets him. He fucking shoots Santa in the face,
Yeah.
like right in the eye, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
And I'm pretty sure he shot Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He shot
Like,
Mrs. Claus too.
Clip her in the back or in the shoulder or something.
Yeah, she was like, so he gets Santa like in their like close quarters. I think it was with a pistol or something, but he ends up shooting him. And then he gets shot again because Santa got him once in like the shoulder. He gets shot again, and he returns fire, and it's Mrs. Claus, and he hits her once, and she goes into the house. He chases her into the house, and she blows his fucking head off, basically.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shit.
So then the Mrs. Claus and all the elves gather around Santa, and you're like, this is fucking sad. What the fuck? And then he moves, and you're like, what? Santa's immortal. Like, he's just immortal. Like, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. That's actually my favorite thing about it is
They don't explain that shit.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
explain.
They sort of
The elves
explain the
being
elves.
super
They
old.
sort of
Well,
explain the elves.
I feel like he was just bullshitting.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe. Because, like, there's a part where the elves, like, they're in the cafeteria with, like, some of the military guys, and the military guys are eating, like, regular food. And the elves, there's a buffet of, like, candy and desserts. And they're just, like,
yeah.
and they're also, like, pouring sugar, just straight up fucking sugar
Yeah,
on
just
top of
as a
stuff.
topping. I'm gonna top this whole plate off with some sugar.
Yeah, like some of the people you see in restaurants with salt, but it's sugar. And the like general or whatever, he's not a general because they wouldn't send a general, but whatever he is, lieutenant that's in charge is like, well, why don't you guys like eat some like protein or something? Like maybe that's what stunt your growth. And they're like, no, this is why we live so long. He's like, oh, well, what about Nick? It's like, it's the giving that makes him young. It's like, what the fuck?
It's fucking magic.
Yeah, I mean,
Although
it
they
is
never say
magic,
it.
right?
So like, I really like that they don't explain what the fuck is going on with Santa, because you think he's fucking dead. I was like, Walt killed Santa,
Yeah.
you piece of shit. Which
Yeah.
I'm usually almost in everything I watch. I'm like, man, Walton, you fucking piece of shit. Except for the unicorn,
Yeah.
it makes me feel bad for him in that.
We'll talk about that a little bit at the end, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Since we're on the topic of Walton Goggins.
Yeah, but so Mel Gibson in this is fucking great.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. That's
No,
the movie.
no, because they gather around his body and he like wakes up,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
then,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
forgot.
Then it goes back to the kid's house, and he's like, he's gonna drug the grandma because she finds out that somebody's been using her checks to pay for something really expensive, like killing fucking Santa Claus.
I imagine that would be pretty pricey.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of travel and like getting guns into fucking Canada and shit. What the fuck? Anyway, so he's like gonna drug grandma and kill her, and he tells all the staff to leave, and then like somebody knocks on the door and he's like, I told you all to leave. And one of the maids opens the door and she just has like this like, you're a fucking piece of shit and you're gonna get yours now, bud, look on her face, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell? And then Mrs. Claus walks in, and then Santa walks in, and he's got an eye patch. You're like, what the fuck? And then he puts the fear of God into that kid. Like, holy shit. That was, it was like a fantastic scene.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but Mel Gibson actually met Jesus. So
He made a movie with him.
the fear of God was bestowed upon him.
Yeah. Yeah, so he like basically does like the ultimate scared straight on this kid. Like, hey, look at me. Take my eye patch off, and you look into the cave that was my fucking eye.
That eye looked gnarly.
Yeah, it was basically like, you know, hey, straighten your act up. If you don't, I'll be back, and I'm not just gonna warn you next time.
Yeah.
I've got my eye on you.
Yeah. A little cheesy.
Yeah, but it was perfect.
It was good.
It was perfect.
And like fucking surly old Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah.
So old.
But that's the movie. A kid gets mad at Santa, sends somebody to kill him. You think he kills him, but the guy dies, and Santa comes back and is like, look, kid, I'm not fucking around with you anymore.
Yeah.
It's time to get hands-on. It's time to tell these kids in person.
Yeah.
You fuck up, you find out.
Yeah. As I also appreciated that message of the movie, is that Santa's back, bitch.
Yeah, right? Holy shit. I actually thought, like, you should show this movie to kids. Like, at the end, I was like, you should show this to kids.
Yeah.
He was like, Santa's fucking real.
Yeah.
He works with the military.
Yeah.
He'll come fuck you up if you don't stop acting out, you know?
Oh, you think your like dad is gonna save you from Santa?
Do something. He fucking killed that assassin.
Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
I want to see more of Mel Gibson as this Santa.
Yeah.
Like I want to see like the 1700s version of the Santa.
Like this, like Fatman versus God damn it, I can't think of words.
Krampus?
Yeah. Like sword fighting.
Yes. Yes. That would be fucking awesome. He's like going into the castle chimneys. I would watch this entire movie over again, set in the medieval ages. Like it's the same fucking movie.
Because one of the things he says is like, you think you're the first?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see all the other times.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. This movie's fucking dumb good. Like, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. You need to go watch it.
You need to go watch this movie. It's so
even
fucking
if we've
good.
ruined it for you, it's still great.
I mean, you're supposed to watch the movies beforehand. I did get a little bit of a talking to about that, though, guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we need to start picking stuff that you can stream for free or on subscription services you already have. And we try, but like a lot of times we're just like, I want to watch this movie. I want to talk about this movie. And it ends up being on Amazon because we don't check beforehand.
Well, Fatman's definitely has to rent.
Yeah, I know.
All right, look here, you cheap asses. Okay, spend the fucking extra like $7. Rent the goddamn movie. All right, it's worth the money.
This one is for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll
know
tell you
about
what.
Godfather 2 and 3, but
No. If you already spent your money, ask Al Pacino for a fucking refund because you ain't getting it from here.
yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, the next movie, we'll make sure it's on a streaming service. Because I got it already locked and loaded.
Is it Christmas Chronicles?
It's a Christmas movie.
Oh.
We'll get there.
I want to talk about Fatman.
Yeah, talk about it.
Isn't Mel Gibson just the fucking best looking Santa Claus ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tied now with my favorite Santa Claus,
Who's your favorite Santa Claus?
Kurt Russell.
From the Christmas Chronicles?
Yeah.
I haven't actually watched that, so
Dude, it's so fucking it's a family movie. It's not like Fat Man or Die
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
Like it's an actual family movie.
I thought we were going
Mm.
to do Christmas movies that were kind of not Christmas movies.
Yeah, I know.
You really want
I
to do
fucked that
Christmas
up.
Chronicles?
No, we don't have to do Christmas
I
Chronicles.
don't care.
But
we can watch it.
no, Mel Gibson is a great Santa.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, the things that they did in this movie, they made Santa realistic.
Yeah.
Like, in an aspect that you're like, okay, I'd buy that. And I loved Mrs. Claus in it.
Yes.
She was amazing.
yes.
And
And their relationship was legit too.
yeah, because she like knitted that
Yeah, that's so
blanket
weird.
and like you could tell she gave a shit.
Yeah.
And like the whole like hunters and him getting shot, the sleigh took two and I
Mhm.
took one.
Yeah.
And then you like see like he's got like a bullet wound. And then he drives to town every day and picks up his mail, or every so often and picks
Yeah.
up his mail.
Oh yeah, that was another thing, was that the post office does know where he lives. Well, does know what town he lives near.
Yeah. And it's not the North Pole.
Yeah.
It's North Peak, Alaska.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, the only things that are really like magic is that the elves exist and are forever old, and that Santa and Mrs. Claus are forever old, and that he can deliver all the presents in one night.
yeah, the sleigh and
And he really has
Yeah.
a thing for
the
cookies.
reindeer.
Like, I like
Yeah.
that. Like, she was like, I made some fresh cookies. And anytime he got a chance to steal a cookie or like take cookies into town, like he's just munching on cookies the whole time.
like a whole fucking tray.
And
of
I
cookies.
didn't, I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Like, there's some nostalgia in it, but it's totally an adult movie.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah. But there's like some like childhood nostalgia in
Yes.
it, in a sense. It just, I don't know. It was a fun watch.
super fun.
Especially, it might be amplified after watching the shit that is Godfather 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think everything's gonna look good for a while.
We got these rose-colored glasses on now, guys, so everything's beautiful.
Yep.
yeah.
But I would have to say that this is up there with one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean, this would be my number 2 Christmas movie right now.
It's definitely on my yearly rewatch list, probably. Like,
yeah, we're gonna have to get
next
like
Christmas,
a Blu-ray
I'm gonna
of it or
watch this
something.
again. Yeah,
So we're going to watch it every year around Christmas.
we should.
Yeah.
Surprised we're not watching it right fucking now.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And I feel like everyone showed up too. Like, no one really phoned it in as
No,
easily
there
as
was
they
no-
could have. Like, Mel Gibson showed up and was Mel Gibson, but like, he was also fucking Santa Claus. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird because like I haven't seen him deliver a performance in a while that was just like outstanding or like fun.
I just haven't watched anything in a while that had him in it because
I've-
he's been doing a lot of like Nick Cagey stuff.
Yeah,
Like
he's-
not weird, but just like
yeah.
low
Well, I mean, he's
budget.
basically been blacklisted.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't done a big studio project in a while.
right.
But that's another thing with this movie is it goes to show you that like a small studio can take a really fun script and make a really great fucking movie.
Yeah. Just
Some
limit.
of the best movies are from small studios
yeah.
or
Yeah.
independent films.
Right.
It's because you have to get creative to work around the ideas that big Hollywood has of like what a budget should
Yeah.
be and what should be in an action movie. Because this is an action
Absolutely.
movie,
Yeah, no,
right?
and it's excellent.
And it's excellent.
If given a bigger budget, could it have been better? I don't think so.
No.
No.
And I
'Cause
think it
it
would have
just-
just got blown out, and the script would have been changed a million times, and it wouldn't have been the movie that we've seen.
Yeah, because there was
Yeah.
there was some heartfelt shit in this, right? Between Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
It was wholesome too. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like over the like weird.
No.
It was good.
No, it was
Yeah.
great.
So I'm trying to get it in an honorable fashion. And then he did get it in an honorable fashion.
Yeah, and I mean, like
He delivered.
he delivered the
present.
package, and it was not gratuitous,
No, it wasn't.
and it was like, aw, those old people just fucked. How
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I would say Mel Gibson hates you, but you don't have the right last name for that.
Whoa! Holy shit!
So everyone showed up for this performance, and
I'm
I just-
uncomfortable.
look, the man's fucked up. All right, like,
yeah, he fucked up.
Some of the best actors are fucked up.
yeah. No, I mean he has fucked up.
He has fucked up.
But I think
yes, he
I-
is certainly. Fucked
Everyone
up.
showed up for this, and
Yeah.
like
For sure. Like, even like,
the dynamic between him and Mrs. Claus, I really loved, and you know, I think it's great that he was in this role,
Yeah.
and that they had cast a black woman as his wife.
yeah, I mean,
and-
like I think it was done the way that it needs to be done, where it's just like, it's just a black woman playing Mrs. Claus. It has nothing to do with it's just like,
Yeah,
hey, it would be awesome if she was Mrs. Claus. Okay, that's cool.
right. And then like they did, it just was, you just accept it because it's just how it is.
Yeah, and
Like
she
in the
was
movie.
amazing in the role.
And she like fit the role.
Yeah.
Like it didn't-
Totally.
So I thought that was pretty great. And then like 7, I don't know who the fuck this dude is.
Oh, I don't
But
look his name
He's
up again.
fucking awesome. Is the lead elf in the movie.
Eric Wolf.
Eric Wolf.
Yeah, let's see.
Is he
what else.
actually a small guy?
Oh, I don't know.
Or I
Uh,
didn't know if that was camera magic.
He's a nurse in It Chapter 2. I don't know.
His height and stuff is on the, if you go to his more details, usually has the actor's height.
Where is that? Images, related news. Yeah, it doesn't have it on there.
Depends on how like filled out their profile is. Yeah, so I fucking loved that guy. He was hilarious. He like was a believable elf.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was fucking great.
Oh, he was the foreman elf in A Christmas Horror Story.
And what?
A Christmas Horror Story from 2015. I wonder if this is the one I'm thinking of. Hold
I
on.
don't think I ever watched that.
Yep. I've watched that movie. So like there's a ghost rape scene in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Like a chick gets possessed by a ghost and has sex with a boy that likes her and then becomes unpossessed and is like freaked out. Yeah, it's a weird movie. There's
It's a weird dynamic.
there's a Santa at the like story that I think, yeah, William Shatner's in it. And he's a radio host, and the whole time they're talking about, it's like an anthology movie, right? So a bunch of different stuff interwoven.
Oh,
and like
I wanted to watch this. I don't think I
Okay.
ever did.
and they talk about, he's talking about like a shoot, like a mass shooting the
Mhm.
whole time, and it's a Santa that goes crazy and thinks he's actually Santa in the North Pole fighting zombie elves and Krampus.
Can we see that movie, please?
Like the movie of that guy's hallucination.
Yeah, the actual of it actually happening. It not
Yeah,
being
like
a hallucination though.
That's what sucked about the movie was like I was like, this looks cool because it talks of like that's mostly what's in the fucking trailer, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then no, you don't get that. And then there's like a family that has like something about werewolves. I don't remember everything. I just remember the ghost rape and the mass shooting where the guy thought he was killing zombie elves.
All right.
But yeah, apparently he's in that movie for some reason. Maybe he is a small person, so he plays elves.
Maybe.
Or he just like, they were like, hey, you played a foreman elf before, play a foreman elf again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just real good. Typecast.
He
Yeah.
might just be like Elijah Wood
5
size.
years later. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this movie, Fatman.
Yeah, Fat Man. Great movie.
I like how they work in he knows everyone.
Yes.
Just 'cause
that's
of
one of my favorite scenes is
the
when
bar.
This the bar scene.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
fucking scene is great.
He's like, hey, Rick. It's like, do I know you?
I could watch 2 hours of him just going around putting his boot up people's asses.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just like, maybe you should get back in the truck and head home. You be home for the holiday. He's like, what business is that of yours? I'm just saying, bud. You don't know anything about Charla or whatever the bartender's name was. And then when the guy's gone, she comes back and she's like, seriously?
The interesting
Seems
name
like
to
every
pull out
time-
of your ass.
Yeah. Every time you come in here, I end up going home alone. It's
Yeah.
like, just kind of shrugs. Oh my God. This movie was awesome.
Yeah.
I really fucking like this movie. And there wasn't like a lot of effects to fuck up. There was like one explosion, which was kind of garbage, but whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like the gunfight was cool. I didn't notice any like real bad gun stuff. I mean, there might have been some shooting too much out of too small magazines kind of shit. They made a big deal about the walker,
Mm-hmm.
and then nothing happened with it. I was kind of sad about that.
Oh, they're saving it for the sequel when you find out it's the only gun that can kill Krampus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's Colt.
Because it's Colt. Yeah. We got it in there. That's a reference to the greatest show ever that just ended.
Yep. I need to finish it.
You do.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Well,
the
you
Colt.
would if we'd done more than 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Breathes real heavy into the mic.
The OC.
Gross.
We've watched a few episodes.
I've watched a few episodes of it. I wasn't impressed.
It's because it didn't have two gay brothers trying to fuck each other
Killing vamps and stuff.
while trying to have sex with each other.
Nope.
No.
I thought that's what the show was about.
No.
No, there's just one episode like that. Well, that technically doesn't count.
The fact that
'cause
you
they're
had
both
to say
possessed
it.
when it happens.
Because what? They were what?
God dang it! Finish this season.
Seriously? Fuck off. Spoiler.
I forgot.
Fuck you. Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. That's not the thing that happens.
Thank you.
There is a
Fucking
real
not
weird
be.
thing that happens that I still don't know how to feel about, but it's not that weird.
I'm making a gross face right now.
It's not ancestrally weird.
Okay.
Promise. But anyway,
Fat Man.
I just really need you to watch this season, Shay. Don't furrow your brow at me. I didn't write it.
No, it's not, is it?
I'm not giving it away.
Oh my
I'm not giving it away.
God. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Fat Man.
Fatman.
Do you have any more to say about it?
No. I like this fucking movie.
Okay.
I'm going to rate it.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Yeah,
Go ahead.
Let's
You want to go first? Go ahead.
Yeah. Watch the fucking movie or go fuck yourself.
That sounds good. I'll agree with that, and then I'll throw a number on top. I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 9.8.
Woo!
So it's like one of 5 movies that I've rated that high, I think. I'm actually gonna quote you, Shane.
Okay.
So back a long time ago when we first started doing this, we did a little movie called Thor. And if you recall what you said about Thor, you said, you either like this movie or fuck you.
I forgot that he said that, but
And,
it makes sense.
Yeah, I just want to revitalize that quote for Fatman because you either like this movie or fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie's great. The pacing is fantastic. The grass is beautiful. The snow is wonderful. There's nothing bad about this movie.
No.
I'd give it a 10, but I don't rate things that high.
I've never agreed with anything Russell's ever said before until today. Watch Fatman.
Watch Fatman.
Batman.
Oh my god.
All right, so you guys ready to go remake Blade Runner with Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Cool.
Nathan just quit.
What movie are we doing next week?
Go fuck yourself.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
It's got to be a Christmas movie that's not really kind of a Christmas movie, but it's considered a Christmas movie by us.
I think the idea is that Christmas is the background of the movie, not the foreground. All right,
Pick a hand.
you have a dick in each hand. They can't see that you're
I have 2 dicks.
jerking
Yes.
off 2 ghosts. Oh,
Stop
they're
with the-
fucking moving.
Stop with the supernatural quotes.
Left.
Left?
Yeah.
I was going to say Die Hard if you picked right.
Ah.
Now I got to say Lethal Weapon.
Oh, okay.
The first one.
So
Technically a Christmas movie.
it is. It's also a Shane Black movie, isn't it?
It's also a Mel Gibson flick.
But
Yeah.
I picked left.
Huh?
I picked left.
Nope. My left. Just because you sit across from me.
This would have worked if
You can pick Die Hard next time.
visual gag. So we're watching Lethal Weapon.
The
What
first
the
Lethal Weapon movie
fuck?
is
Lethal
technically
Weapon.
a Christmas movie.
Is it streaming?
HBO Max.
That might be.
Die Hard and Lethal Weapon are both streaming,
IMDb tells you where you can watch things at now.
which is a useful tool, you fucks, if you want to find something that's streaming. Can I
Yes,
call our
also,
listeners
IMDb
Fox? I just did.
has an app. This movie came out the year I was born, 1987. Lethal Weapon. You can watch it on Prime, rent or buy.
Hold on a fucking minute.
More
I
watch
just
options.
fucking was on HBO Max today,
Watch
fool.
now on HBO.
I'm going to get on HBO Max.
Yeah, it says IMDb says HBO. HBO
Yeah.
now.
I'm flipping through. Die Hard 2, Lethal Weapon, Friday After Next, Black Christmas, Harold and Kumar are Christmas, Shazam, Batman Returns. Look, there's a ton of Christmas movies on here, guys. Euphoria.
Yeah, the
I don't
Batman
even know what that
Returns
is.
thing being a Christmas movie is weird. Have you seen that meme?
It's true, though.
It says, okay, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
then Batman Returns is also a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we watching?
Lethal Weapon.
It is on HBO Max?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
And if you don't have that streaming service, Spend $14 a month, you tight ass. There's a ton of stuff on there. You ever watch Game of fucking Thrones?
Ew. Bad
Boardwalk
example.
Empire?
Shane's an elitist.
Yeah.
If
What's that one show we like
if you're
so much?
also an elitist, you'll at least like the first season of Game
True
of Thrones.
Detective. At least just the first season of True Detective.
If you're not an elitist and haven't read the books, you'll like the first 6 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Probably.
And no one is going to like season 7 or 8.
I'm sure there was somebody that fucking enjoyed it somewhere, and God bless them.
Yeah, how do you like fanboy that hard for something?
I don't know.
I miss being able to do that.
Yeah. I wish I was that simple.
Another show.
Burn.
What an asshole!
That was a burn. And if you want to send burn cream, you send it to dqp@gmail.com. I don't know the fucking email address. If you want to send a picture of using burn cream to Russell, because Russell just got burned.
Why did I get burned?
I was burning whoever enjoyed season 7 and 8.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
burning whoever enjoyed Game of Thrones as a whole.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it as a whole.
No, me neither. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Shane and I have a recommendation. I don't know that
Yeah.
Nathan can get in on this recommendation, but
I don't,
don't think he's
don't
watching.
watch Forged in Fire
Yeah.
every fucking day.
Definitely not for everybody, but
If you're gonna rewatch rewatch Parks and Rec on Peacock, because
yes.
that's a constant here.
Well,
If you got Hulu, watch Letterkenny on a
Yes.
loop.
Yes. So the interesting thing about Peacock with Parks and Rec and The Office is that they're extended scenes. So some of the episodes have extra jokes that if you didn't have the DVDs, you just watched it on Netflix. You didn't see it before.
Yeah.
so
So
that's
like,
pretty cool.
you don't have to debate what's better between Parks and Rec or The Office.
You can watch both.
You can watch both and get bonus content on either or. Let's unite together and stop having the war of which show's better. Fact is, we live in a time where we can enjoy them both. And that's fucking beautiful.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also,
And-
Peacock is not a paid sponsor to this podcast.
I've cracked the code on whether or not someone likes The Office or Parks and Rec better. It's all about which one you watched first. Every single person
You might be
I've
right,
asked,
actually.
every single
'cause I
person
watched
that
The
I have
Office
asked on which one they prefer, and then followed up with which one did they watch first. It's always the same answer. I would take Parks and Rec over The Office.
Yeah.
It's the one that I watched.
I've never
first.
watched all of The Office. I've watched like a bunch of episodes, but I've never been like, it's funny and it's good, but I've never thought it was great.
Yeah.
There are parts that are like really good, like the art show thing.
Yeah. Oh, The Office is really good. It's just like I like Parks and Rec better.
I
Yeah.
feel like they're similar in this sense. The first season of Parks and Rec for me was kind of rough to watch because Leslie was super annoying.
Uh-huh.
But on the other side of that, if you've ever watched the first season of The Office, you'll know that Michael Scott is hard to stomach. Like,
Yeah.
it just is. Now,
yeah.
if you adjust to that, you know, on either one of those, like they lighten up a lot on Leslie
Yeah.
after season 1. They don't lighten up on Michael Scott at all. You just kind of adjust.
Yeah, you just
And you
get
got
used
the
to it.
same fucking writers doing this show. Mike Schur.
Mhm.
Same writers. I mean, it's basically the same show. That's why it's so easily compared to one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same format.
You know,
They
it's just
never-
like that method worked with The Office. They got better actors, I'll say it, to do Parks and Rec.
Mm.
And now you got, you know, your Ron Swanson, your
Yeah.
Andy Dwyer, which
mean, there
are
were-
two of my favorite
Yes.
fucking characters.
There were
on
a
that
lot of
show.
changes between the first season and the rest of the seasons of that show too.
Yeah.
Like Ron changed a lot. Andy wasn't even supposed to be in it past the first season. So, but yeah, I mean, as a whole, I love Parks and Rec. I just never have watched all of The Office, but I've watched quite a bit of it. But yeah, our actual recommendation between me and Russell is The Unicorn, which also has Walton Goggins in it.
Oh, I want to watch that.
It's good.
It's about a widower, middle-aged dad, 2 daughters. One's in high school, one's younger, like 10 or 11, and actually she might be 12. I think is what they said. And his wife dies, and it's been like a year, and all his friends want him to start dating again.
Okay, I have questions.
Hold on.
And then I have a recommendation.
I'm gonna get the cast out real quick because oh my god, why?
The cast is fantastic.
Yeah, because you've got Walton Goggins, you have Rob Corddry, Omar Benson Miller, you have Malin Robinson, Ruby J is one of his daughters, Mackenzie Moss is one of his daughters, Michaela Watkins. So he has 2 guy friends and their wives, and they're like constantly trying to like get him set up, and it always fails miserably or goes a funny way. And they convince him to start dating, and it's basically about him dealing with it and moving on.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of super dark stuff and super dark shows, and like that's typically all I watch. But I've watched about half of this season that's on Netflix. It's on Netflix?
Yeah, I believe it was on Netflix.
Yeah. But I watched about half of this, and like there's a couple times where it looks like it's going to get super fucking dark, and you're like, oh no, it's going to do it. And then it gets more wholesome than it was before.
Yeah, I have questions. As somebody that's not really watched it, like
Sure.
I was in the room when an episode was kind of playing, but I was half-assed paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it called The Unicorn?
Okay, so one of the things that happens when they first convince him to start dating again, they make him sign up for an online dating profile. And the first thing that it asks is like if you're married or single, divorced, widower, or whatever. And he said that he was widowed. And so when he like finishes the profile, he puts it up, and he immediately just starts getting matches, and he gets like 20 matches in like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "What is going on? Is this normal?" And they're like, "No." And one of the girls is like, "Well, you're a unicorn because you didn't get divorced, so there's not an obvious problem with you or like weird baggage from that.
Okay.
You have your kids, you have a house, you have a job, so like you're handsome, you're that guy that has everything and has no attachments other than his kids,
Okay.
So
All right.
you're a unicorn. You're what every like girl your age is looking for."
How long are these episodes?
They're half-hour episodes.
So just like
24
sitcom?
24-minute episodes.
Yeah, they're normal.
So
normal length.
First season's maybe like 15 episodes?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't finished the first season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Is it a show that you're just like constantly, you're not, Netflix is going to say, "Are you still there?" Because you're constantly going through each episode. Or is it one where you just like watch here and there? Like what kind of vibe do you get from it?
I was binge watching it.
Yeah, it's bingeable, but it's also definitely something you could just be like, "Oh, I need something to watch while I'm eating," and like just throw it on.
That's
Yeah,
what I do
'cause
with
there's
The
not-
Office, so
Yeah,
I
there's not
understand
like
that.
a huge overarching storyline or anything like that.
Yeah, and there probably won't be for the first season, but if it stays on,
Yeah, I imagine
Which
there'll be
it's
like
renewed
longer
for season
relationships
2.
or something that'll last multiple episodes.
yeah, I imagine season 2 will have a lot more overarch because they probably want it to be. Which the show actually, if you ever watched a show called Life in Pieces, which was another really good sitcom, I think it was on NBC, so it might be on Peacock. It kind of as wholesome as it is, it kind of reminds me of that because that was like another really wholesome sitcom.
Yeah.
You watched Life in Pieces.
I've
didn't
heard
you?
about it. I never watched it.
And it when he says it's wholesome, like I always have whenever somebody says like a show is wholesome, I instantly don't want to watch it because I think it's like too saccharine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Which I don't think this is. Like there was one spot where it got close in a Thanksgiving episode.
I worry about shows like this on Netflix because they'll throw out that one season, you're like, and then they just fucking cancel the shit out of it.
Well, it's not.
It's actually just
it's on
streaming
another-
on
it's
Netflix.
just streaming
It's
on-
actually a CBS show.
CBS,
Okay,
something
that's
like
good.
that. Yeah.
I got a show for you guys to watch.
Hmm.
If you are a listener and have Hulu, perk up because there's a show called A Teacher
Oh.
on
Yeah.
Hulu. It's through FX. It is gritty, like in the sense of a female teacher. What's the word that they used? They used some like trigger words in the.
Provocative.
No, I mean it is definitely provocative. Coaxes.
Coerce.
No, that's not the word they used. But basically, has a relationship with one of her students,
Yeah.
her 18-year-old student. So they made it in a sense that's like, I think would cause people to argue, well, he's an adult.
Yeah.
And it's still fucking wrong. I've only watched the first like 5 episodes. I'm actually a couple episodes behind, but it comes out on Tuesdays, and it's got me drawn in. Like I'm because I don't know. You watch it and you kind of, it's wrong. You kind of root for it. They did it in an interesting way, and then the end of one episode, like it just kind of gets like busted out there. And they kind of leave you on a cliffhanger. And the episodes are real short. I think they're like 30 to 40 minutes. It's a definite watch.
I plan on watching this. I actually just finished Blood of Zeus on Netflix, so I need something new to watch.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's a anime.
Oh, okay.
Netflix original anime.
Oh, cool.
It's about Greek mythology, but the story is an original piece. But all of the Greek mythology surrounding the story is accurate, which is one of the things that it was most praised for. It already won like some sort of animation award.
I'd watch that.
And then it's reminiscent of Castlevania. It's really good. I suggest watching it.
Watch that. Castlevania, there's supposed to be a season
3,
whatever, 3, 4, whatever.
Season 3 comes out next month.
Oh shit!
I think. I don't know. It
I won't have time to watch that. We're going to be playing Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so I don't know how long this podcast is going to live, everybody, because
we'll just do 45-minute episodes
in
of them listening to us
24
playing
hours
Cyberpunk.
comes the release of Cyberpunk 2077. And for Christmas, Shane and I have purchased or will purchase this game for Russell.
Yep.
Merry Christmas, fucker.
Can we do that so I can download it preemptively?
Can't buy it as a gift until it's.
Wait, do you
not
just want us to
pre-order
give you
anymore.
money and you'll buy it right now?
I mean, like, if I, like, turn my Xbox on and you, like, put your card info in and, like, hit purchase, then, like, I can have it.
And download the patch.
I do have news before we sign off completely.
Oh, my God.
Cassie's pregnant.
I'm not going to announce that on the podcast.
Fuck off. Yeah. we
No,
want
she's
good
not
news.
pregnant. She's not.
Oh, wait.
It's twins.
Oh, no.
Look, there's another one.
I keep making jokes that if she does get pregnant, it's going to be twins.
Oof.
And now I'm afraid that it's going to be quadruplets because that would not be funny for me.
Look, first time, triple cherries.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Shane, don't you think it'd be funny if it was like a lot of babies?
No, because I don't want to move out.
We wouldn't. We'd help him.
No,
like
I would
a
move
modern Full House.
out. I don't play with babies.
Wait, you guys think I'm going to have the baby? No, like, both of our sets of parents have agreed to
Thought he was going to say something
take
about
the child.
stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a recorded audio
I didn't know where that
medium
was going to
that can hold
go.
up
Like
in court.
coat hangers, stairs.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Okay, you both need to go watch The Unicorn right now because this shit is too dark.
I'm going to go watch the teacher.
What was your announcement?
Warner Brothers announced that their entire 2021 slate
Oh,
of movies
Jesus.
will be released on HBO Max, and everybody is pissed.
Simultaneously.
Gal Gadot was optioned to renegotiate her contract for the Wonder Woman release, so she could have more money up front since theatrical sales would take a hit for it being released on HBO Max on Christmas. She was the only star that was optioned to renegotiate her contract.
Oh, God.
So that everyone else also found out about that. Warner Brothers just slit their own fucking throats on the Christmas dinner table. So
if you guys go back and listen to a previous episode of DQP Does, we talked about this with another studio that was going to do this at the beginning of the pandemic.
yeah,
And they eventually got shocked out of it in the beginning of the
Universal,
pandemic.
right?
Yeah, I think it was Universal.
Because it was the Trolls
Yeah.
World Tour really sold
like-
it for him.
Yeah. It's like, God damn it. Like,
Yeah, I watched that movie.
they're going to keep doing it and get told no and then do it again and get told no. Eventually, they're just going to do it and not care.
I think this is it. I think this is Warner Brothers doing it and not caring. Like,
Well, I mean, we'll see.
Why do we need theatrical releases anymore?
so far, Legendary has the smaller production company.
Mhm.
Legendary has stepped up and disagreed. I don't actually know how much pull that they have as far as like stopping
Yeah.
Warner Brothers from doing it or what those contracts look like. But it looks like basically we're going to see a lot of strife happening in Hollywood
Yeah.
over the next couple months.
Well, it's to answer your question, Nathan. It's a whole industry that I don't think needs to go away. There's no reason for it to go away.
I mean, who's wanting to do it? Big budget companies?
Yeah,
So let
Yeah.
the little companies use the movie theaters.
yeah. It's just the whole the problem with that is that like it's become a little bit or a lot bloated. So like it's probably just going to die completely.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so the big companies are the ones that keep the large theater companies in business. So if those go away, then they're not going to get enough people to pay for these big buildings that they've built.
Shame they're not going to stop making movies.
Yeah, but if they stop doing theatrical releases because they don't make enough money doing it,
Actors are overpaid.
I don't disagree with that.
Actors
I
and
actually
football players
just agree
are
with
overpaid. Well,
everything.
actors
just said.
and professional athletes are overpaid.
Professional athletes maybe minorly, but they have a lot of chance of injury. And the
They play 1 year in professional sports and make $2 million in a contract. Like, I could live off that.
yeah,
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
but
hear
it's
their
not
bullshit.
just 1 year that they use to
Right.
make $2 million.
I don't care. They're
It's-
It's
overpaid.
everything they've done since high school
Nope,
to make them
overpaid.
$2 million.
Before that,
Don't care. Overpaid.
And same thing with actors too. Like any industry that isn't regulated, like I don't think anyone can be overpaid. Like
You know who's
They
not
are.
overpaid?
They
Yeah.
they are regulated though. They have unions.
well, yeah, but it's not like someone coming
The
in and
top
going,
end
"Hey,
isn't
you have like a
regulated.
minimum or a maximum amount of money that you're allowed to pay these
Yeah.
people."
You know who's not overpaid?
Mel Gibson.
Nurses. They need to make more money.
Yeah, but that's like you can't funnel money from the entertainment industry into like the health field or like teachers.
Yeah, not
Like,
that you would want
should.
to because
Maybe they
I mean,
should pay more to teachers and healthcare workers.
The only way to
healthcare
do
work,
that is
healthcare costs too much anyway. This is
Taxes.
ridiculous conversation.
Welcome to Drafty 3.5.
yeah. We went.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Have a drink and grab a seat.
Thanks for listening.
Please don't grab my seat.
Shut the fuck up, Nathan.
You shut the fuck up, Donnie. I've come for your head, fat man! You think you're the first? You think I got this job because I'm fat and jolly?
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.